What is task-based billing is basically, imagine a scenario when you're working on a particular project and you have a requirement that that particular project has two kinds of tasks. I want first two tasks to be working as a time and material within the project, and two tasks as a fixed price project. This setup was not enabled in previous versions of project operations, but now this has been enabled. And without even saying anything more, I would like to show you the demo of the same, of how do you work on it. So first, I would like to go on the particular contract that we had created, code that we had created, sorry. And you remember I told you we will do the selected project tasks here. So this means what and how it is impacted is something that we will see on the project. So if I go on the project, you see this task billing setup. If I click on that, I have two tasks, in fact, four tasks. Two are time and material tasks and two are fixed price tasks. Purposely, that is why I named them like that. So you can associate them with your existing codes of the type time and material and fixed price. So now I'm going to be associating them, and time and material one with the time and material quotation. Okay, so this you see billing setup linked. Again, I'll do the same with this one since this is also time and material. And associate this one with the fixed price line. Okay. All right, again, this one with the fixed price line. Super. Now everything is linked up here, set well. And this is how now when you are doing your time entries, these two lines, when you are doing the time entries on these two lines and you are approving them, you will be charged per hour based on the roles that you've charged with. Whereas on the fixed price lines, it'll ignore the chargeability, and the billing will run on the milestones that are defined on the fixed price quotation that we have created. Now, going back to the contract, how does this impacts? So if you go on the time and material line, it rarely impacts on the fixed price line, but on the time and material for selected project tasks only, if you click on the quote line details, generally we would like to build the quotations based on the time and material lines that we are going to be charging to the customer. So if you click on the import from project estimates, it will pull in only those two lines which are associated with the code of the type time and material. And their per hour rates are actually fetched from the price list that is attached to the quote line. So now the quote line prices are set for this time and material project. And this is the benefit that I wanted to show you by when we select the selected project tasks here. So this is now, you call it as a task-based billing. So yes, with that said, we're now done with the second feature, which is called as task-based billing. Third one, and a very interesting one that has been brought in project operations, is one contract with multiple projects associated. What do we mean by that? Is earlier, we were only allowed to add two particular quote lines in the system. One was for a time and material and one was for a fixed price. If we wanted to add another quote line, we were not allowed to do that because that was a restriction. And now with project operations, that has been enabled. So we can work with as many number of projects in a particular quote or a contract, so that all the billing for all the particular projects that we are working can be going out to the customer in one shot from one contract. This is what I just said, invoicing of all the projects can be done together. Now let's look at the demo of it, how it works. I will go back to my quote that we just created. And what I meant to say was, in this quote line, if you remember, we just created two lines and this was the end of it in the previous versions. Now when we can add more quote lines here. As soon as you used to do it in the older version, we were blocked, and we can say this is the third quote line. And with any type of time and material or billing fixed price billing method, you can put that line. But just remember, you cannot associate this same project Zircon Udo project onto the same line again. Otherwise, it will stop you doing that. But with a new project, you can definitely add that here and just save it. Just let's do a try and see if it works for me. Yeah, this is saved. So if I go back on my quote and the quote lines, now you can see the third line is added. You can add a new project onto it and then start working on it. Like this, you can add as many number of quote lines here. The benefit of it is people doing the time entries on as many number of projects that are associated with this quote, and hence moving forward onto the contract, you can invoice all the time entries that have been done under this quote or contract on all these particular projects in one shot to that particular customer who is associated with this particular quote or a contract. So this is the beauty that has been brought in, and hence there has been a lot of demand by the customers where they work on complex projects here and want to work in similar fashions, where we used to do a lot of customizations to enable this feature. But thanks to Microsoft, they have brought this in here out of the box for us.